What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ed and Eddie's Silver and Blue, where we talk Cowboys all day, every day.
Preseason is over. The season is about to begin.
Oh, yeah.
And this is our inaugural season prediction video. Welcome back.
Let's go! Ah!
All right, we are ready for the 2021 season. Eddie and I are going to talk to you guys about our predictions for the year. What do you think is going to happen? Leave your comments. Let us know what you think. What do you think, bud?
You know what? Honestly, if health being like an actual thing this year where we don't just lose our starting quarterback and the tackles and the linebackers, etc., I think we easily win the division. And, you know, this is the first time in my lifetime where we've ever had a 17-game season.
Yeah.
I personally think that we will not only have a winning record, but we're going to win the division. We're going to the playoffs.
It's the first time in all our lives, actually, but your point is still well made. I definitely think we're going to win the division. I'm calling for a sweep. The only thing that might stop Dallas from sweeping the division is the last game against the Eagles. Dallas may not be playing anybody.
I personally, and this is just me being a little bit more pessimistic, I think it's going to be 4-2. I think, like normal, we'll usually do very well in the division, but I think we lose once to Washington because they do have a good defense, and I just think in playing them in a 3-week span, something's going to happen. People aren't going to wake up, they're not going to drink their pickle juice, and it'll be one of those weird, ugly games where we roll our eyes, and it's like, of all people, right?
We're going to get a couple of those this year anyway. Mm-hmm. Every team goes through that. A couple times a year, you're going to have those weird flipping games. And you know what? You make a good point. It's going to be against an NFC East opponent.
And if any team, it'll be Washington, because I don't think the Eagles are talented enough. I think they're on.
What about Daniel Jones and the Giants?
No, not in the least.
No.
Unless Saquon has one of his legendary 200-yard total purpose games, I don't see the Giants really beating us either. Even with
they're not going to beat a lot of teams without him doing that.
No, and even with big signings for them like Kenny Galladay and other stuff, it's I just don't believe in Daniel Jones. He hasn't shown a single thing in his whole career that made me think.
I don't believe in Jason Garrett. I mean, all you got to do is guard the 12-yard curls. You'll be fine.
Oh, well, that 1st and 10 legendary, let's put everybody in the box. So, let's go for a quick breakdown, Ed. Game by game, what do you think is going to happen?
A quick one. We'll go a few games. Personally, their start on the road, both games, at Tampa, at LA Chargers, that's brutal.
I see us going 1-1. I love my team too, but chances are we'll probably lose to the Bucs.
I'm actually okay with us losing both. I think that'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
If they happen to beat Tampa on opening night somehow, it could happen. They're not, invincible. But if they do get some big upset, I do think they'll lose the next week at the Chargers because
kind of that emotional.
That's a very common thing in football. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
You win a big emotional game, especially with the game next week on the road, you're probably going to lose that one.
For all my old school Rosemont friends watching, when we beat Burbank in that big emotional game at Rosemont, we got blown out by Sac High the very next week.
With their 6'3" receivers. I remember that.
What do you do?
I remember that.
Yeah, I see us going 1-1. I think we probably lose to the Bucs. We rebound against the Chargers. And then some of those other games are pretty winnable. A lot of them.
We got a stretch there. I would not be surprised if we win the next 4.
Yeah.
You're looking at Eagles, Panthers, Giants, Pats. Those are all winnable.
Pats being the only one where I think if we lost to Bill Belichick and the Pats, just with all their big free agent signings, hey, it happens.
Mac Jones.
I wouldn't really be sitting there. We are
Yeah.
People lose to Belichick. It happens. And even the next 4, I see us probably going 3-1, at worst 2-2. Vikings, that's a coin flip.
I got that down as a loss.
It's a coin flip. Yeah.
I could make arguments that for every game here why the Cowboys could and should win just about all of them.
And
but the Vikings, they're not going to, though. We know that. And I got the Vikings as one of the losses.
And Broncos, I don't know why, but but in my life, it's always been a weird coin flip kind of game. Where even if we're just clearly the better team, we don't show up against the Broncos a lot. I mean, it was like 2 or 3 years ago when we got blown out like 51-10, and I'm like,
oh my gosh,
why is this happening? We are actually a better team than
horrible.
them. I just don't get it. And the Chiefs, surprisingly, it's a loss. Yeah,
I got that down as a loss as well. I know it's a shocker. I got the Saints down as a loss.
Yeah.
Just because, again, I don't expect them to win all of them, and I got to pick some for losses. I think that as great as Drew Brees was, I don't think that he was the only reason that they were good.
They have a solid defense. Yeah. And here's the funny part. This is something for me that I haven't seen in many years. Our last 5 games, 4 out of 5 of them are against NFC East opponents. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that. And personally, I see us going 3 of 5 or 4 of 5 in our last final 5 games. I see us losing to Washington once because I do think their defense is that good. Chase Young, Daron Payne. Like, they're going to catch us on one of those, probably napping or having an off game. And I wouldn't be surprised if we lost to the Cardinals.
That's the thing.
Again,
he talked about Denver. Weird things happen when they play the Broncos. Weird things happen when they play the Cardinals. We talked about it in the preseason game, man. Broken pinkies, punters getting hurt. Cardinals, for whatever reason, just treat that as the most important game ever. And they just out-physical the Cowboys. At least they have been a lot lately.
All in all, if I were given my own prediction of the year, I'd say we would go probably about 10-7, winning one playoff game, and then maybe losing the divisional.
Yeah, I've got 11-6 with 12-5 as an outside shot, because Art will owe me $100 if they win 12 games. But I don't see us losing to the division. I don't. I think you're going to sweep the East,
and that'd be pretty fair too.
But every season, weird shit happens. Every season, there's going to be a team that is a lot better than people expect. All right, come out of nowhere. They expect them to be bad. They're going to make the playoffs and, make a showing. Every season, there's a team you expect to be good, and they end up being crappy. That was the Cowboys last year. There was reasons, but that happens every year. I think that this is Dallas' year to be healthy. I think they're going to make a good showing. And I predict the NFC Championship.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to be in it. Will they win it? Who knows?
Outside of one Washington game, because I've been scarred for life against Washington, just one of those random weird losses, I could see us beating the division. Just no one really scares
Washington's great defense. They still didn't do shit last year.
Yeah.
And with Fitzpatrick doesn't scare me in any way.
No, I mean, God forbid he's not that one Fitzmagic game against
380 yards or something. Yeah.
But I mean, if the other game he goes 4 interceptions, exactly. But yeah, everybody, that's kind of our whole preseason prediction. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that we're going to go 10-7, 11-6, maybe better, maybe worse?
Appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to hit that like button too, because every time you do, the Eagles fan cries. Appreciate it, guys. See you on the next one.